alongside broky, Twistzz. This is it. But obviously we get this growing pain, and then on top of that, they've had this rotating door of a roster. So maybe tonight, things have just settled in ever so slightly. I think yesterday with Gambit versus Vitality, we saw the power of preparation as Vitality were taken down by NaVi and his strats. Well, maybe it was Kerrigan and co to get us well-oiled before this one goes live. 1x bets to the way of NaVi as expected. 6 BO3s in 2021, 6 victories for NaVi in 2021. But this is a new year, my boy.
Yes, as we say in South Africa. Now, Robson's taken a lot of opening kills on T side as well, which might be interesting to watch for, whether it was dry peeking at a monster or, you know, being the first one out towards A. And Simple here has traded for a lot of space. They saw some feet outside of B, and Twistzz is coming to make sure Simple hasn't pushed, but instead he'll give away a little audible, and if Simple heard this or not is unclear, but he's still in a position to tell his teammates that they can't cross A, and now he'll check. And as we can see from the mini-map, all the CTs are in place ready for this hit.
Little jump spot sees nothing. I mean, NaVi, they should be well aware of the all-in on B. So those dual Berettas from Electronic warmed up and ready to rock. But Rain will take down Perfecto. Good peek with Electronic, but he's only able to get the one. It's broky to make the difference here. Kerrigan's flashbang helping out a bit. Down with just the one kill, and Simple needs to 1v3 in the very first round, or FaZe Clan's T side pushes through the B site with a pistol round win. Now, their minds could be towards Connector, because Simple hasn't been seen since the start of all this. And Monster probably second in line, but up close was Simple because the door never swung. So now he's lost the element of surprise, and he's still looking for the kill, but nice movement there from broky. Around the wood, back onto the bomb site, hides for a moment, and then gets his 4th kill in the very first round.
Yeah, and he had one series that, you know, but plus 130 rating, something like that. So broky's been playing very well here on LAN, and when they were trying to get to playoffs at the major, broky was also a guy, just you could tell he wanted those stickers. He pretty much carried as hard as he could throughout all the series that they had. But you know, versus NaVi, he's obviously not the better opera on the server, and Twistzz right now is the most consistent feature of FaZe. But it has been a revolving door in terms of who's taken the lead across all maps. So that situation, you can't ask for much more if you're Simple. You know, you don't want to extend and flank in a situation where FaZe could come back, but you get 4 of your teammates in the B site with flashes ready to defend against a monster hit, and it comes your way. There's no excuses for the rest of his team.
Yeah, just gotta hit your shots, bro. It's as simple as that sometimes. Shoot him in the head. Simple will miss the scout shot as the T's whiz by. Getting a little bit closer. There's also an MP9 on Electronic. We can't forget about that one. Was down at the B site, but off that mid-contact decides to come sprinting upwards to try and lend Simple a hand, because his other A player is in fact Bit, still all the way around in bathrooms. Electronic's rotate is in fact the first frag, but Bit is getting dangerously close here, and nobody's keeping an eye on him. In fact, he slips past. Oh, Twistzz turns around. Well-timed, well-communicated. I do feel like Rops, over in Connector would have called the possibility, but through a smoke, through a wall, through the forehead of Kerrigan. That's where the Deagle connects. Still way too much to ask for in this one. So FaZe, they get past the threat of Simple's scout, and they'll walk away with the 2nd round win.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Now, the main criticism and thing that broky continues to improve upon, I feel like, is his opening kill percentage and attempt rate. Actually think his opening kill percentage is pretty high, but the attempt rate isn't all there, and that just is because of the style of play that he has. Like, you know, he's a guy who just plays carefully. He's explosive, but he's not overly aggressive. And I do think that he can afford to be, and probably should, you know, as the months roll on, as the years roll on. A lot of the rookies started out the same way as him, where they were incredibly talented, but weren't willing to take all the risks. And I think it's time for him to go to that next level to be able to challenge some of the other top operas in the world, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you can't have an imbalance like that. So there won't be a reinvestment. Still pretty good guns here for NaVi to do some damage, but kind of a failure to only get one.
Speaking a bit more of broky, when you think of him as an opper and you think of his skill set, right, what makes him special, what do you put at the top of that list? What stands out?
I actually think his clutch is really huge. Oh, wow, that's a great shot from Simple.
Yeah, clutch on that.
Yeah. It sets him up for the clutch, you know? Shave down his teammates.
Yeah, they're gonna come trickling closer towards the B side, so looking to play pretty quickly in response to that 1 kill. Get as far away from that scout as possible. Simple is running the entire time, trying to come and bolster this B side defense, and he will get here before FaZe go for the commitment. But Boomich within the bomb site somehow survives that spam. We get 3 kills out from FaZe to take back man advantage, but remember, Simple still stands here, and Electronic creeps forward. Ever so close. 2 of these players a brushstroke away from death. Simple, had that one connected, it would have been spectacular. However, broky and his 2 teammates walk away with their rifles, and the 3-0 start.
Yeah, 7 kills already for broky. And to answer your question, I'd say the few things that he does, just like any other elite level opper, I think he has the idea in his clutches, shows what he can do in the mid-round. Even if in the mid-round he might not be good at moving the round forward in the same way that Simple or Zywoo are. He has, the movement is S tier, absolutely, with broky.
Okay.
You highlighted it in that first round when he jumped around the box. Never makes a mistake. And the other thing is the speed. I think he can keep up with almost anybody.
All right. Sounds like an empowering skill set. Now it's just a matter of putting it all into place. So far, so good, 7-0. Spam damage from Electronic. And we get to see what NaVi have to offer us on this CT side. It was Bled in the pregame analysis who said he wasn't too impressed with NaVi's overpass particularly.
Man, I wonder what Bit's next move is from this position. If he gets spotted outside divider. Looks like he has been. He'll switch up to top bathrooms. Join hands with Simple.
They can frolic down long for as long as they want. But if they don't move, then suddenly we find FaZe potentially pushing beyond them.
This is when their rotator needs to come to CT, ready some flashes, make sure it doesn't get overtaken, and they'll be perfectly useful in the post plant.
Yeah, Boomich is already up there playing on top of the dumpster, so they're spotting the front end of the bathrooms.
Oh, here's the first interesting move of the round for Simple.
Scouring towards connector, looking for that kill. He's so dangerously close to these other 2 players. But at the same time, FaZe, they're knocking on the front door of that B site. Twistzz turns around, catching Bit. Remember, Simple's still here and scoped in. Kerrigan getting dangerously close to wrapping down onto the B site if needed. The real question is, how do they get that bomb past connector, right? Simple's right here, but Simple will kill broky with that bomb, but luckily Rain's right behind him, so it's an easy pickup, and they're playing off of Kerrigan's deep position. He's the K9 team, already sunk into the flesh of NaVi's A site. 6 seconds, Electronic pushes outwards, and Kerrigan with the double headshot. He took that upon himself. If he dies, and then they just go to spam down that bomb plant, then FaZe end up looking like fools. But Perfecto's clutch, well, it'll be shut down as Rob's flanks from the B site comes out from beneath like some sort of goblin, as FaZe will find a 4th.
That's the beauty of a round. I think it highlighted 2 things. Number 1, that Twistzz is playing A+ CS right now, and Bit is lacking a little bit. He had a small advantage maybe to get that kill. We know he's known for his HSP, struggled a tiny bit with that spray, and then Twistzz actually turns it into 2 frags with this refrag. They dismantle this A setup so well. Kerrigan doesn't overplay his hand, and he's frying right now. He got 2 Galil kills from this position, and if that's going to be the case for FaZe, they've got the recipe.
A repetitive recipe here from the buy of NaVi. We've seen the scout and pistols all around it. We saw it get ahead of that B site hit and take down a couple players with 2 more wounded, so NaVi nearly proving it is enough.
Kerrigan's one risk of the round there was to turn the corner on bathrooms. Simple could have been towards long still, even with Bit in that position, but once he took that small risk, got to the back of the site, knew it was just rotators from that point on he had to worry about, and his teammates were so well organized around him.
Simple getting into position right before they get here. He's going to be drawn all the way out. Wide peak, missed shot. That's a couple of numbers confirmed here for FaZe. Bit turns into the bathrooms, drops 1, and Simple's scout will go down without much impact. All the while, Rob's doing his thing here towards this B site. Oh, he tries to get ahead of it, but inside of the smoke, Electronic picks up the kill. The CZ from Boomich is another success story for these pistol players. This is yet again so dangerously close, but broky, once more, is the player on full HP in these kinds of mid-round moments. Now, the bomb plant's uncontested, despite the best efforts of the bathroom player to get in quickly. Electronic still stammers back, and broky locks in the headshot against Perfecto. Ooh, Rain getting away with what he shouldn't have. 2 HP to make the difference there, and 2 survivors for FaZe with the 5-0 start.
Yeah, that's well done in the 2v2. Clean shots, and broky put himself in a good spot. They punted frontside bathroom, so they could have got flanked from stairs for a moment, but with broky's spot, he actually couldn't cover the CT player if someone came up the stairs that way. So really well done, and they got there early enough. I don't think they were too concerned about it. And this is just about making sure they don't die more. And Twistzz, again, he's a guy who, he doesn't get 4 kills every round, but it feels like he almost always gets 2. On the rifles, you win. He's going to be really good in the mid rounds. Super consistent right now. Holding it down for NA.
Yeah, right. We're trying, guys. Twistzz is the representative.
Oh, they do that airstrike on the boost. Heroic nades.
Blown to smithereens. Twistzz picks up Simple. Big kill with that one.
What a start here from FaZe.
Yeah, nice, strong start, right? And again, Overpass is one of these win conditions. It is one of the question marks.
I honestly think their CT side's going to be much better than their T side, so scary here for NaVi.
Electronic. Ooh, not the spray you'd buy, but it's the spray he offers.
That's why the rest of his team switched to A4s, I think.
Yeah, right? 5 more bullets. Meanwhile, Rain gonna play a passive, connects the headshot to Bit. Yo, is there anybody on FaZe who's not delivering some clean kills right now? Even Kerrigan's like Galil 2K inside of the A site was hot.
Listen, we're also on a full night's sleep.
This is a full force FaZe.
We saw NaVi play against Furia yesterday, and
oh my god,
that moment, that's what was like, oh, this is NaVi. This is like, and we saw Furia play very well the next day and the day before they played against NaVi, so it really highlighted how good NaVi were in that moment. But in that particular matchup, they are just so confident and dominant sometimes that it might give you a little bit of false confidence, you know? So, yeah, wow. I mean, if we saw an upset here, this would be pretty monumental for the storyline for FaZe going into playoffs. I don't think it would scare NaVi too much.
okay.
I think they would be more on guard, but I think once you get into the arena, both these teams will level up.
Yeah.
Even farther.
Good, that's what we want.
Yeah. Kato crowd is one of the best, man.
And the Counter-Strike should be deserving of it. Bomb pop on the B site, 6-0 for FaZe. Perfecto the 1 save, and economic problems round after round here for NaVi. Twistzz having a field day. Probably feels real good to have a fully strength FaZe.
This might be a free 7th round to kick this off, and when we saw Robs play that T side, you know, on Overpass at the groups, they barely had to play any rounds because he would walk out Monster, he would walk up short, he would get kills that way. But right now, he's not even needed for these opening kills.
That set of grenades actually looks like a variation. Instead of getting the player who was boosted, it was to the deeper wall.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Run that replay back.
That's it. More innovation.
That seemed like a strong call out.
FaZe can start slow and make it close, so this is already pretty...
Yeah, the pressure's starting to sink in for NaVi.
They'll have to save their ideas for round 8. See if they have any cute tactics.
Yeah. Again, we've seen good things from a couple of these rounds. And this one even has, of course, the M4, that added bonus of Perfecto. So if you're looking to just kind of kick FaZe in the gut, do it right here, right now. But Kerrigan wasting 0 time, runs straight at Monster into the B site, drops the MP9 player. Boomich gonna get hit by a frag grenade, and even then still takes the head of FaZe's in-game leader. Twistzz starts to throw out the utility belt. Grabs the spares off Batman's dead body. And Rain can just comfortably sit back here, kind of doing his own thing. And allowed to. They're looking for him. He was deeper down in connector last time. They tried to rotate through, and now he's outside of the doorway. So even Rain's positions have shown us a nice variation, and keeping that fresh, keeping it fast as well. FaZe definitely have NaVi on their toes.
That's on brand, and that's what makes FaZe one of the more fun teams to watch. Because they play a little risky. Yeah, going for this. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Whoa, Simple gets another kill. Okay, Twistzz, you're up to bat, baby.
2 guys in from short. First headshot there, turns it, but oh, imagine. Just double 180 back-to-back. Instead, we do have the NaVi success story. They were able to clear out all the corners in connector. It's when they come through connector, killing Rain, and the short B player doesn't get either of those two flank frags. Not to mention, somehow in the middle of that, Simple gets a wallbang scout headshot. But that's it. That's it right there. I said that NaVi were kept on their toes, but they just tiptoed their way to a 7th round win.
Yeah, that's not a fun round to lose because they had... FaZe did such a good job of building up their economy even through these rifle rounds with clean wins that now they have to eat into that bank account just to recover some dignity. And a great setup as they actually, took over short control. I was going to say that was a free trade, but it didn't look like it. Electronic was laser focused on that short push.
And that one M4 save from Perfecto tried to highlight it. The only difference between the buys that we've seen fall flat, and you saw it, that M4 to the short of B, that's the kill. That's the coverage that they needed in order to get that flank rolling. So here we go, back into the gun rounds, and NaVi have shown us there is a pulse.
Yeah, this will buy them some respite to think and be able to say, okay, well, we're back on rifles quickly. Plus, we didn't fully invest that last round. FaZe moving quickly is on brand. But sometimes so is losing anti-ecos.
I'm going to say that was a direct call out in the nade spam, because this round we've got Boomich, nade in hand, just 5 feet forward, playing on the ramp instead of next to the wooden wall, which is where the grenades were exploding. And they tried the same artillery strike. Boomich trying not to be read like a book.
The smoke is really good that they throw outside Monster. It's just to draw grenades because you can't clear without committing forward. Bit will win his duel versus Kerrigan.
Nice off angle. Kerrigan 30 feet ahead of anybody else from FaZe. Bit on 1/5 his original HP. And it doesn't look like he's going to play it scared, instead pressing up next to the bathrooms. You do have a rotate coming upwards. That's Boomich trying to join forces with the other 2 players on the A site. Bit is right here. Oh, and Rain doesn't thoroughly clear it. Bit's delivering multi-kills. He still only has that 20 HP. Now he needs a reload. Broky up close will get him, but it's the Broky and Rop's 2v4 attempt. And Rop seems to want to clear close truck, but doesn't. Boomich makes that difference. Simple makes the flank, and NaVi make consecutive round wins look easy, thanks to Bit.
Yeah, thanks to Bit, and yeah, he's the highlight. He hasn't been a highlight for NaVi, but he needs to be for Overpass. Again, to come onto the team and to get a position like bathrooms on Overpass, this is a lot about you as a rifler. That wasn't where Flamey was. Flamey was the B-site player. Electronic was the right-hand man to Simple in the past. So Bit taking over a very high frag location just speaks volumes about how they view him as a player.
He's gone from bathrooms to, no, I thought connector for a moment, but leaves the doorway alone.
Let's see how much leverage NaVi can score off that anti-eco victory.
This is all that FaZe have left in terms of the buy. So if they get that 3 consecutive, why not make it 4?
And Simple will move around. He's not going to be in the same position every round. This time posted off short. There are tactics towards the door that they use sometimes, but usually they'd execute on those a little bit earlier. In this spot, the double up of the riflers towards long is going to be hard to read for FaZe. They're moving into the site, but how will they deal with this setup?
Right now, let's just get it here ahead of Boomich. We're going to get Rain take that same corner that Kerrigan has already had massive impact from. Broky not planting default, but just standing it in the open.
Look where Rops is. So slow behind to stop stairs.
Going to be necessary by the looks of things. It is Simple who's hoping to come up from underneath.
Wow, he's here to catch the flank around from... Man, this is such a nice post-plant position.
Crazy 5v5 here. Bomb at the halfway point. Everybody's rocking guns. Rops trying to get a little closer to the site. Kerrigan gonna cut down 2. Nice predicted shot as the shadow gave way to his play. Boomich with a double.
Wow.
But time the biggest issue here for what's left of NaVi's retake attempt. FaZe, they just cemented themselves in that post plan.
Yeah, they really made NaVi look foolish, but actually the ideas for NaVi were not terrible. They were not willing to die with their long players. If someone came out to swing on them, they would try to trade that. But FaZe kept an inventory of where they were and then set up at the post plant, lock down the big flank. And the only way that this round works is that they have all the best retake locations at the same time. But instead what happened is Simple could not get on the stairs. Robs had him lock into that position, and they opened up some off angles on the site that wouldn't have been available if they didn't cover absolutely everything. So well handled from FaZe Clan. And that's a position you can really lose your nerve and not remember that this guy could be here or another guy could be in another position. But FaZe have been doing a great job of getting a read on the setup and executing accordingly.
Fully smothered on that A site. Nice timing to it as well, I think. Getting ahead of Boomich just as he was coming around the top of the CT staircase. Yeah, Twistzz knows. Yeah. This is going swimmingly for FaZe.
Yeah, there was nothing bad about that spot, and we've seen FaZe's game plan lead into exploiting the bathroom's walk-ups a number of times now. So every time Simple's not there, they start knocking on the door and make Simple regret playing a position over on the B site. Interesting spot is because they put no pressure on Simple whatsoever, he has this powerful line he doesn't want to give up. Maybe they walk into short control on B and then he gets a kill. But if you leave him alone, then maybe he stays there long enough for you to hit the other site completely and his rotation is just slow. So maybe NaVi want to think about playing in stairs to begin with, playing a little bit more aggressively on one part of the map if they don't want that action towards bathrooms, because that's a weakness right now.
We'll see what changes they have in store for us. At the very least, they're able to offer us another buy. Smoke out for Rops as he looks to take short B control. And yet again, it doesn't look like NaVi are able to establish too much in terms of control. Not any early connector peaks, but maybe now Simple peeking around these corners with Rops right there behind the railing. So dangerously close to the very best op in the world. Rob's able to just cheese his way into the corner, so he has a lifeline of safety now.
I feel like they avoided him last round, but I've talked about this before. Sometimes you want to put a position back into place if you weren't spotted. But just because he wasn't spotted last round, I don't think FaZe forgot that he plays there sometimes. I think they might have actually done that on purpose. So now that he doesn't see anything, he's actually going to start moving, which you'd think would be a naturally good idea, but look at the bomb. It's over on the other side of the map, so they might be able to avoid Simple one more time.
All right, FaZe just making the right decision, allowing Simple to do the wrong. Some utility to try and keep him here. Rain attempting to sell the fake, runs right into the scope of Simple, and that's an easy pickup. And that pickup comes just moments before the grenades sail into the B site. So we will have that scrambled CT side trying to come back downwards. Simple just beyond Graffiti. Kerrigan bomb in hand. Perfecto just right within the bomb site, but he can't manage the MP9 spray. And I feel like Kerrigan gets away with his life there. Will they get away with the round? That's the next question. Bit already starting this retake successfully. Kerrigan will get caught by the SMG eventually, and broky will not answer. 5 up for NaVi. Flawless on the retake.
Yeah, not bad from NaVi. The big ones, of course, Simple at least getting his 1 kill, 30 seconds, not seeing anyone else outside bathrooms, taking Rain down on that commitment. And then they were all in good positions on the site to get their kills as well. It was a good trade for space. They lost a player, but they still got out monster without anyone close wood wall, anyone on headshot they had to worry about, and got their nades down. But again, good retake positions here for NaVi, and an opening kill makes it a whole lot easier. It's a stark difference from what we saw on the A site retake where they had 5 alive, no kills on FaZe.
Connector control showing its value there with the electronic spray down on the 2 guys short pipe. Never did they have a chance to even come back at that bomb site, but let's crank the tempo. Let's hit that 10. Perfecto landing a frag versus Rain as he's blinded, coming back at it. 2 guys on this column. Kerrigan kills just the first electronic. Gonna keep it sharp. Rops dropped bomb, and a 2v4 is where FaZe find themselves. broky looking to close that gap forward. Good spray into Electronic's head, but it costs him lots of health. And Twistzz here, side by side, shoulder to shoulder with broky, as both Bit and Simple flank around the back line. And we can see the attention of FaZe now turn. broky gonna hold close wood. Twistzz just within that water, still wary of a potential A to B rotation. CT stacked on top of each other. broky's gonna bring one with him. Twistzz with a quick reposition and an excellent start to this map. 10 and 6, silence. And he rounds the column. He's playing versus Bit.
Wow.
And he's playing with his food. Barrel to the back of the head. and an 8th to the scoreboard for FaZe.
That's a beautiful little move from Twistzz to get out of the pit. He was sitting in his position. Bit was ready for it, smoked in front of the bomb. That would have made it really complicated. Instead, he jumped up, played the pillar, one-on-one. Beautiful move from Twistzz once again. And overall, this was 2-on-4, actually. I think they got in here. Kerrigan didn't surmise 1 kill with his MAC-10. Electronic would have had an absolute field day with some further support on the site. Really nicely done. Wow, what a brave call to make.
Yep. I love it. Brazen. Bit. Oh, so quick. Twistzz from the clutch to the receiving end of revenge. Bit falls away 5v4. He knows that Long's compromised. Kerrigan's going to try to play again with rapid
so
timing.
Fast, man.
Ooh, Simple missing a shot, so Kerrigan may be lucky to be alive. Take this position while you can. broky's going to go hunting for Simple. There's an op fight down long being set up as Rops just levitates outside B site. Patience, his game.
Well, smoke Simple out in this position. That buys him time to rotate around.
Electronic, he used this position to screw over FaZe. Just a round to go. Oh, missed jump from Rain. Certainly not going to help him, but Kerrigan is close enough to get an easy trade frag here. There's going to be no warning sign except Electronic. His 6th sense, it tingles. Whew. And FaZe try to wiggle their way through Monster into a B-site play yet again. It's broky and Rops in the 2v5. Molotov goes beyond, burning Rops down to death. broky in the middle of this B-site, stranded and so damn desperate. 35 seconds left over, nothing here for FaZe. A 4th for NaVi, as they are still at half of the round count of their opponents. This T-side still just running through.
Yeah, and they're fighting. You know, this is FaZe playing extremely well right now, and NaVi's still putting up some great rounds, despite being down, 2-1 in them. All the explosiveness in the world couldn't help broky in that situation. 1v4, and it comes down to Lantronic with these first 2 frags. Kerrigan did have a timing window.
Yes,
he did, of course. So easy to say from X-Ray, but if he had walked out just a couple seconds earlier, Electronic would have been focused forward on short.
Just push, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes that big brain weighs him down.
Every other situation for Kerrigan, he's pushing, yeah.
Yeah, the fact
That's
that
why he's always entering, doesn't know how to refrag.
Right, just go. Go first and forward. You can still IGL while you're dead.
It's actually harder though. It's something that people have talked about, because entry fragging and IGLing go hand in hand, because you get like immediate info. You probably have good comms, which is really important for an entry fragger to be able to communicate quickly. But then dead calming when you're IGLing, you immediately lose a feeling for the game. It's a lot harder to organize people around, ideas when you're not as intensely invested in everything going on.
You're not in the trenches.
Yeah.
Round 13. A desperate one here. When you force buy, and the best you can get is P250s. Not even 1 MAC-10. Oh, but maybe they don't need them. Nice lineup. Bit gonna finish off Rain and Kerrigan.
Well,
holds his column long enough, but remember, there's a lot of utility here for the T-side, all thrown out around this bomb site. Bit, that's 3. broky's gonna respond back finally, and it is only him left over. Now, he doesn't have the bomb, but he'll open up the door, and maybe that is gonna mean he alludes to playing with timing. Where'd that frag come from?
he pulled it out of the swamp.
This is my swamp donkey.
Okay. I thought we had to yell swamp at you for you to say that.
Oh, sometimes I feel it. Like broky did with that nade.
Oh, interesting.
He missed the mark, and it's over.
Man, Bit making a cameo on the B side. That's something new. We also had Electronic go over to A in an opening setup. That's something new. But you see the game plan overall for FaZe Clan is still quite strong. No, not losing that. They lost 1 opening duel to Simple with Rain, later in the round walking up to A. But usually this guy is one of the hardest players to avoid. I mean, of all of the elite operators, of all the best players in the world, Simple rotates so damn much. And he has such a good feeling, of course, for where that first action will start. But today, FaZe are wearing an invisibility cloak to him.
While broky and Twistzz sport armor, both of them still trying to fight for that top-rated spot on FaZe's clan. And we're going to use this one to just talk things over. Call this the scenic route.
I honestly feel like FaZe mentally have made a quota for this half so far. If they get 1 more, 2 more rounds, that eases tension off the pistol. I'm sure they feel very good about their CT side already.
For sure.
And they know they're playing well today. They're off to a good start.
While we've got this chance, let's go back down that list of win conditions for FaZe in this series, right? We said Rops had to play well, maybe Bit was weak, and Overpass could be the key piece. Well, we know that Rops right now is not off of the charts, not awful either. Bit is at the top of the side of NaVi, so that's not going to be a problem by the looks of things. The question actually falls on his teammates instead. It's not every day that Simple's at the bottom of the scoreboard. And Overpass, I'm impressed with this T side from FaZe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
like you said, they'll be leaning on a good defensive half as well, we'd assume.
That is something I didn't expect, that Bit would play well and FaZe would be winning. So that is something that's interesting right now. But he kind of started fragging a little late.
Yeah.
And now he's had like 2 rifle rounds where he's multi-fragged.
Just choose through some of these pistol wielders, and this one should be no different. Speaking of Simple, he'll get 2 kills. Bit locks it down. The A site holds strong, but not much strength needed versus Glocks.
Oh, what is it talking about with 1 or 2 rounds? There's only 1 round left in the half now, so it'll come down to this rifle.
Let's see it.
Which would be, yeah, this is going to make this half, you know, interesting when we look back on it. Whoever wins this one. No, final rifle. They both collected some data. NaVi have really picked it up in these last few, but FaZe have brought some very strong ideas. And they've been quite slippery, avoiding Simple, walking up A a couple of times. Wow. Well, this is a round where NaVi call out that FaZe aren't going to rush B. They have 1 person on the site, 4 stacking up towards A presence. They can punish theirs. They can push late on A.
Oh!
Don't call him an upper.
Alrighty then. Quick headshot onto Bit. Down goes the top fragger for the CT side. And, you know, luckily for NaVi, they did go for that 4-man overstack up on A. Electronic falls away. FaZe run boost a player around the corner of long. 0 contact being shown. All they know is broky's deep, and he's got that AK clean.
Another correct call here from FaZe. They put some pressure towards B, but meanwhile, in secrecy, the bomb is doing the pendulum wrap all the way around to long, and Electronic pushed off this position. But as a response, Boomich gets a frag.
That's not bad.
It's still weak towards A. I think long is the correct call. Simple will have to, you know, rotate in to be able to not, or to have some impact here.
Incendiary on the ground. What? I don't even know who of the 2 that he just hit, but Electronic comes right in with him. Simple rifle swap will cost him. broky's still alive and kicking. 20 seconds on the clock, 20 seconds on the half, and Boomich continues to attack from the back, but the clutch is key. And it's broky dead to rights. Electronic says goodnight and good job at the end of this half. NaVi bring it back. A clean start from the FaZe clan and a defensive side that they'll need to deliver on unless NaVi run away.
their debut.
Just eats a flashbang immediately. They try to answer with one, looking to figure out just how many and where exactly the NaVi players are. Nice little two-man crossfire here. Broky's actually watching long and Twistzz right behind him, but on a moment's notice, Broky can turn around. NaVi's so split. They are literally facing all 5 entrances.
Yeah, this will be a hard setup to completely read here, but with some pressure on broky.
It's about the kills. Twistzz, broky, each with one. Perfecto, the only answer. Rain's position also found out, so feels like the information game is definitely leaning towards the A site, but Electronic finds a perfectly timed flanks versus ropz. Oh, but he misses the shot. ropz figuring out what's going on, does die. Electronic the reload, and Kerrigan's not able to deliver the kill. Things getting a little bit awkward. 30 seconds, bomb runs back.
Wow, okay, they don't get in the site. Electronic took a little bit too much time there. Lucky to get a lot away with his life versus Kerrigan. Simple now leading the way into the A site. 2 rotators await him.
Things getting a little bit wild. We're in that weird realm, and broky, broken helm, gets headshotted, dropped to 9 health. Rain comes around the corner. Kerrigan finally going to connect to the head, and a man advantage. They've got Simple pinned into the corner. They've got Electronic back in bathrooms. Simple trying to draw his opponents into his teammates' crosshair. Rain clean trade, and Electronic with a further distance. USP damage done. He's tapping away, and Kerrigan will still stand tall at the end of second pistol. 9 for FaZe.
Yeah, the second go of it versus Electronic. Just bail himself out there. Not bad. The clutch comes in. FaZe clan will win it.
Bro, it was so clean at the start of the pistol, and then it just got so sloppy.
Man, was that ropz on short?
Who pushed forward into into
or
water.
was Electronic was on whiffing, and then Kerrigan whiffed on Electronic. Okay. Well, they're gonna put that one behind them.
Just look forward.
You know, there's no map in the series that's going to be unfun for FaZe. So I don't know. It's again, they've only won 1 map out of the entire 6 series that they played versus NaVi in 2021.
Yikes.
But like you said before the game started, all good things must come to an end. Just comes down to what you define as good.
Yeah, I feel like these two teams with very different answers. We've got Rain. I was gonna say looking for the kill, but the moment he sees the contact, he'll walk back. Don't want to give away another gun. Simple already has a rifle.
Saw some great shots from Rain in that pistol round.
Yeah, I want to say he was actually the most important.
Hey, defusing the bomb is hard.
Yeah. You know how long you have to hold that E key? 5 seconds.
5 to 10 seconds.
Utility into the short water, just making sure that FaZe aren't actually postured close, but there's no actual commitment behind that either. Rain finding Electronic, so noise on the B site, but presence at A. Questions still being made by FaZe. Good grenade damage to hit that rifler. Oh, and the scout shot right on top of it, but still Simple stands. And as long as he is standing, he is fighting. If NaVi decide to fight, I mean, at this point, 20 seconds, 2 guys wounded. They're gonna try to come forward here off of the back of the smoke. ropz looking to dodge the flash. It never comes forward. Simple will connect with one, but then everybody else dies around him, and he too toppled by broky's swinging scout. 3 kills off the lesser sniper, and a free little AK trade. To give FaZe 10.
One thing we hate to see in that position is when you have the surplus of riflers on the site, and they all just sit on the site. But in this position, I think Rain did a good job of continuously being annoying. broky kept peeking from the side of Dice. They could sacrifice somebody, but they couldn't just all be holed up behind Optimus and back Dice. So they really did a good job of using everybody. And I actually think that ropz, I don't think he was playing anti-flash. It might have incidentally been. I think he was trying to see that that smoke didn't block his vision if he stood up there. I'm not sure, but...
Either way, you know, he's computing.
Yeah.
And luckily for him, the teammates on the bomb site both delivered. Very clean scout shots from broky. Continuing to tear his way up this scoreboard. best player in the server at the moment, 18 and 10. No ops being fielded in round 18. I like how curious Rain has been at times, you know? Played contact last round off the flower planter. He's behind the bathroom smokes this time around. But it is NaVi who now know long is open.
Quite a vanilla position here for FaZe. And as long as they have their riflers up in this position, they can't go overtake long control, so they have to stay relatively forward and just hope for a rotator. But with the 2 players on B site holding down Monster, they can actually free up this rotator a little bit.
I think he's coming up. Rob, sure enough, within this bomb site, we've got 2 incendiaries still to be played here from FaZe, but look how close NaVi got. It's going to be trying to run forward. Rops drops the first one. Simple looking for trade frags in the 2 versus 5, but no, denied by Rain. Electronic here to get into the mix, and he will never be able to. FaZe in 11th with this very simple, as you said, setup inside the A site.
It was nice, yeah. They got the rotation in time. They had full information. I love that setup, actually, and again, it's brought to you in part by their B-site players, because those B-site players are playing very committed. You know, people don't think about this, but when you play on the half wall or you play on the right side of Monster, you now have to cross 2 choke points that Twistzz could be in at any moment. It's not a small deal to get over there, and they did a good job of getting there early, so they didn't have to worry about it later on, which allowed them to have 3 free on the A side. Even if they didn't know it was going to be A, they felt pretty good.
Overpass suddenly starting to throw a bit of a mix into what has been a very regular win for NaVi. The 2 maps that they did beat them on in 2021, Ancient and Nuke. Of course, losing both series. But close games, man. Many close games. You know what's wild is they have as many wins, too, as overtimes. So, maybe close, but NaVi always a step ahead. Today, a little different. So far. Curious to see what's going to be made at that B bomb site if that begins to be tested. You know, Robs has been pretty consistent in being the A rotator's 3rd man in line. And we haven't seen too many NaVi rifle rounds just yet. They find a bit of space forward from bathrooms, but that's a bit cut down off the front of it. Broky looking for the next one, but he too realizes he's kind of pressured here. He's pinched, and he's very much stuck, but he's also very sharp at the moment. Oh, turning it upside down onto Electronic. Simple will deliver something, a lifeline. Just a little honor for the NaVi squad, but he's dropped as well, and Broky just off to the races, 22 and 10 with the easy anti-eco kills.
Maybe they were stuck in there with him. Now,
right?
Of course, the huge value of top overpass or top bathrooms and overpass comes from the shadow advantage, because you have one towards stairs and you have one behind you on long as well. So you can actually leave a rifler in this position. It's like very unique across the map pool where they can reliably get multi-frags without any support whatsoever, even though they can get flanked just because of those shadows. So that's huge for Broky, and they know that. So they tried to get in here and be annoying, but Broky brought us fly swatter.
Sure. Smack, swap, splat. Man, didn't even look under pressure. Broky never looks like he's under pressure. In fact, he's very, you know, very.
Yeah. Once I said
cold-faced killer.
When I first saw him, and it was like last spring groups, like when he first joined the team, I was like, so is it Broky, or is it Broky? Like, is it Broky like broccoli or Broky? And he didn't even laugh.
I wonder why.
Couldn't believe it.
Looked at you and just thought.
He's ice cold.
Yeah. He heard that. Killer instinct. Broky turns around.
Oh my God, that was...
got passed on that timing, but look, the utility usage and Broky still takes one. Oh, he's got more! He takes 2! They tried to get past him, but instead they get blasted, and Rain's down here to support, so you know it!
Okay.
You know it! Broky 3 kills like it's nobody's business, and now we're talking gun rounds, now we're talking next level. This is a ferocious FaZe. And a beastly Broky.
Hey, this smoke's gonna come up. It was his as well, and there's 2 more guys sitting behind it. Are they just waiting to get off is the question. A little bit of information from Broky with his Molotov. Turned around, so careful about the back of his head to make sure he wasn't exposed, and Bit just walks by him. 30 seconds, and NaVi are already saving.
Dude, he just destroyed them.
Yeah, that's nasty. He's not also a player who's not afraid to no-scope, I think.
Yeah, some
people do it recklessly, but
yeah,
others
just have that intuition.
And that's the explosiveness about broky that you can't deny. Like, you look at a play like that, and you're like, oh, he's aggressive. But there is a huge difference. He was just, it was just self-defense. Wow. He wasn't coming for him, they were coming for him. 13 rounds for FaZe, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be their map this year. In their map pool, I'm saying.
That just left NaVi stunned. That flick, dude, there's like 3 adjustments.
With the quick scope.
Into the boomage, hit him with the no-scope. Bop. Dude, I swear, with the no-scope, you know, it's about the relationship between the sniper and the rifle.
Yeah.
You know, he'll give it a good caress at the end of that round. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do it again. 25 and 10. One more timeout after this one left for NaVi.
Yeah. Simple hasn't really done much. He's still at 13 and 13. It's not like he's playing badly. They've been doing a good job of avoiding him. He's had some impact here or there. But I just want to give huge points to the game plan from FaZe Clan. Both have so far. That's what stands out the most. Always leave it to Kerrigan to have a strong veto. We saw NaVi after, you know, a slow start to the first half. They got back into it. They've won harder games than this.
Missed Molly, though. Second one gets put out. 2.
Man.
2 bad Molotovs in 1 round.
They're just lighting money on fire, literally.
That's the FaZe way.
Yeah.
Smoke grenades following suit. So that's actually a lot of the utility thrown out from FaZe. They'll, at this point, a minute 20 still on the clock, have 2 smokes. Still a pile of flashbangs, but Robs, he's gonna get stacked up inside that B site.
He's not having a fun time.
No, he's not.
If you just watch Robs' POV, you'd feel like NaVi are winning for sure.
And in this round, they might be. Finally, we're gonna see NaVi go and test this B bomb site.
Oh,
Twistzz
smoke is so weird
to succeed, but he looks away. He saw a shadow for a moment. Brain, nice clean headshot, spraying through the smoke 2 directions.
Oh, he stays.
Yeah, he does. And broky's trying to give that extra bit of cover. Rain jumps up, falls down. Frag grenade goes outwards. We've got NaVi coming in here. There is no flank just yet. Bit still a little bit further away from it all. Simple's gonna rail Rain with the headshot. And broky turns his attention away. He feels he's being hunted.
So he'll have to walk away from this. Yeah, it's just dry peek from Boomich. Good awareness to spot that boost. Takes out Robs. And that makes things awkward. I think that smoke from short was missed because when the CTs re-smoked it, there was this huge gap on the other side of it. And
there's a few missed nades that round.
Actually, yeah.
Bit. Easy.
Oh, how dare you. Oh my god, he almost got he definitely almost got no scope there.
broky.
But that's 1,500.
That's money.
In the bag.
And just a little message, you know, cool them off. A little water on the fire.
We're not scared of you. Should still be, though.
Yeah, I would be.
Money's still here for broky. 25 and 11. Mr. Show Off with his op. Killing everybody.
And 22 ADR, 20 rounds in, 21 rounds in.
What a tryhard.
Sweaty nerd.
Take a shower.
Bit. He's gonna get past those Molotovs quickly. Ooh, another bad nade. FaZe.
That was on purpose.
Oh, it was?
It was just if someone runs up mid, but no one was.
Okay, yeah,
so it looked bad.
Yeah, sure, protect him.
But I mean...
Lie through your teeth, Lars. It's not your job to be their friends. Flashes over top. We're going to get another B hit. So, NaVi sensing a weakness, but there's Boomich in with the double. Fire extends to the feet of Twistzz. Kerrigan's head shattered. Boomich in with a third.
Ooh.
He's on for everything. 2 rounds back-to-back. That B has been a success story for NaVi, and Rain will also fall with nothing. So broky in a clutch once more. Just going to try to hang on to that off. The money is gone for the FaZe clan, so this AWP will be instrumental. It's not all gone. There's always a little bit left. But they hang on. They'll need this sniper.
Shout out to Big Boom Blah for the 2 huge rounds in a row. Those opening kills. Even alley-ooped himself with the incendiary on headshot plus the kill. Get you a man like Boomich.
Nice quick double kill. Nice to have him back in action, side by side with his teammates.
All is not perfectly well with NaVi, though. Still a huge lead advantage for FaZe. And just retaining this op, I feel like, is pretty scary just because of how well broky's playing right now. But this is where we see the test of broky, right? In terms of initiative. Will he put himself in a spot to, highlight his pistoling players, support them? Is he going to look for an opening duel aggressively? Or is he going to sit in a spot and look to save it for the next rifle round? That's kind of the big question with him sometimes. Oh, they actually have money to buy behind it. Okay.
They're good.
Wow, they did pretty well to put themselves in this position. Just Rain has a deagle. I don't think he picks anything up. No.
But he's got a full belt of utility.
Yeah, for prioritizing the util.
So we'll see how he can support this A play. It is still broky around him. Questions as to whether the consistency in the B plays will be here for NaVi. But Electronic's going to tuck in underneath the wall as quick as can be. And broky falls back slightly. Rain pushes forward towards Tree. Very much on his own here.
Yeah, broky's going to make his way around, I believe, to help Rain out.
Takes the long road.
Rain's in a precarious spot, but he can chill. Oh, nice clear from Bit.
Just seconds prior to broky getting into position, the blind shot hits him. And that 4v4 could be very valuable for FaZe.
Some distance on that one. I'll go back to make sure he hasn't come out towards long. And this will actually ensure, I think, once they clear this, that broky's going to stay at A, because there's still 2 on B, but the bomb is also making its way over here. Could this be a mistake?
Simple looking for a target, and broky very much on his own. We praised the speed of his shots. And so in a moment like this, where he can just be a landmine, give us a multi-kill, we know the potential's there. And he's got a teammate rotating upwards as well. Robs, he's going to take that closer corner, so broky interrupts the smoke. Oh, he headbutts it, and he loses his teammate. He's going to try to play around within this smoke. Misses the shot to Boomich. That would have been spectacular, but he's still alive here, and Boomich will find him through that smoke.
God, that would have been so cool.
Dude, broky out here playing soccer.
That's the one you miss? Soccer? What's that?
Oh, sorry. Football. Hit with your head, it's football. Why do they call this football? You don't even use your feet.
Okay. Try to win a game of football without your feet. American football.
American logic, I tell ya.
Man, if he created a one-way to hit that shot on the guide bank.
Dude,
why don't you just do the easy part?
It was so set up. If he headbutts that smoke, takes Boomich off of the corner, peeks into Simple, gets that kill, and then the last 2 Ts try to run in to trade the sniper up close, only to die to Robs, it would have been perfection.
And he was 27-11 coming into that round.
Oh, now NaVi slowly but surely racking up round wins.
And Rob's not a great game. I mean, he's getting destroyed. Actually, that was. I don't even think he shot a bullet. We were watching broky, listening for Robs, and he got cleared from long. No shot. And that could have also been the round 1 right there off his trade. So not a great game from him. To make matters worse,
money's gone.
The infamous Blade timeout. Yeah.
Last timeout.
Yeah,
just for the record.
Last timeout.
So if the pressure really gets going, NaVi will not be the ones in control of the tempo. But no money for this CT round.
Yeah. They could not save that op either.
How do you set up Twistzz and Rops in a position like this to win a round they're not supposed to?
I mean, first you got to make a read about what NaVi are going to do. And right now, I don't think there's enough info to know for sure. I don't see... I see NaVi playing this anti-eco style, but they could... Oh, they're actually going to lean all the way over to B. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. They're just defaulting, yeah. So they know they have a, you know, a huge economic advantage here, and the op wasn't saved, so I don't think they're scared about that as well, which will both speed up the rounds and also give the riflers confidence in taking their next duels.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, here's an interesting idea, and they might catch someone falling back. If this ends A, that rifler is going to walk right by him.
He knows the trajectory now because of the nade, so you'd think Electronic's a victim here. Oh, beautiful setup.
Yeah.
That works wonderfully.
And listen, Overpass is a big map. They can't immediately snap on the A site because they saw one of these two riflers. They still have to respect some of these positions.
How tempting is it for FaZe to want to go get that rifle? Come on, just one more gun.
Honestly, they should put that in the back of their mind right now, but at the same time, they know NaVi aren't committing really quickly.
So they keep both the rifles at the B site for the meantime. There was silence all over, but now flash pop down long, broky, and Rain. Pistols only. Twistzz starts to get ever closer on the flank, and it looks like Kerrigan will go get gun, but there is somebody back there.
I actually love the timing on the clear, because now they can feel really good about the thought that it's not going to be B site, and Kerrigan's going to see this. Oh, and Perfecto shoots. I guess he saw Kerrigan as well, but now they know they have to exec A. The rotations are coming in. Look at this bathroom stack.
Boomich going to double back upwards. He's got to clear out these corners. Rifler's trying to scramble out. Boomich is making sound, and Rain takes him down with just the deagle. Broky's going to get his hands onto the AK. They have no business winning a round like this. Rob's tough. Twistzz successful. Simple alive and kicking, but falls onto Perfecto. He's got 10 seconds to make this happen, and FaZe call it perfectly.
Wow, that's beautiful. I mean, they put those two riflers to work, and it never felt like they had pistols in any of those moments. That's so well done. They put so much time pressure on NaVi. They get the boost kill. Then they wait until the 45-second mark before pushing into short B. If they do that too early and it ends up being B, maybe they get caught out. In that position, they know there's no choice for NaVi. They have to be going towards the A site. Then they get all their riflers and pistols in positions to get those close angles. And Boomich is like, I got to throw nades now because we need to exec. Boom. Out pops a pistol.
Pieced together with perfection.
That's with 14.
NaVi, they don't have this margin of error to really play with. That round was so sweaty. And I love everything about it. Bit's gonna see nothing down long. Overstacked to the B site, probably thinking that maybe NaVi returned to what has worked best. But if the timing's a little bit quicker than the last round, then NaVi could definitely find footing on this A site prior to FaZe rotating up.
FaZe keep it 3 mollies here. Makes me feel like they're going to do a full exec towards A. With the bomb in this position, decisions will be made in a second. Initial grenades come out, try to draw out some of that utility from FaZe left over.
Yeah, it worked.
They have no mollies, no smokes.
Rain threw his down right here on the front of bathrooms. Electronic almost just died through that spam fight versus Kerrigan on the B site. Good utility here to just soften up what is standing and committed to B, but there's 20 seconds.
What is going on? The bomb is coming back to B. It's so late.
Oh, Rain's gonna get the kill outside the A site, and these B players, they have not moved a muscle. This is the test. We've seen them falter. We've seen them fall. Twistzz can't stand tall because Simple gets the double. Rop's deep nade, and that's not enough. Not nearly. Bit with the headshot into broky. Look at what's left of NaVi. 3 players walking wounded, and Rain and Rops looking to join forces in a 2 versus 4 to secure 15. But the utility, near non-existent for the CT side. Rain is the player on the kit. If this really boils down to timing, which it still could, then this 2 versus 4 looking all the more likely. Simple, so tucked, but Rops barrel to the back of the head, and it's Perfecto in for the clutch. Bomb beyond the halfway point. It's just the tap, it's just the fake, and Perfecto plays it silently. Now this time, Rain commits all the way to peak, the double kill, and the 11th for NaVi.
Oh my god, what a move from Perfecto. Fighting against match point here. Doesn't swing at all. Uneven Robs with all the awareness in the world doesn't think for a second that he's in that spot. What a call out. What an attempt on the retake. But what a fumble from FaZe. They had everything in that position. They got the opening kill on A. They had 2 riflers ready for a monster hit. The nades were so low, but they had everyone in a perfect spot, and they couldn't get a single defense on the entries. Simple just pulled out some magic. That was some foggy calling from NaVi, but they still can take that and run with it. They should learn a lesson from that round. That was way too sketchy, but they got through it. Another B-side hit coming in sooner. CZ here sitting on the half wall. Riflers are in spawn again, but once again, low grenades. At least they've got their smokes, and they're going to make sure NaVi execute through it.
And there's the flash. Kerrigan, slight movement forward. Rop's already being seen. Twistzz also down here in the water. Kerrigan's gonna get hard cleared from behind the corner. Twistzz gets to the barrel, delivers the kill to Boomich. This is faltering. A bit of a fumble on the cusp of the site. Rain comes in with a kill as well, but he does get snipered down. And then Twistzz doing everything he has to. Simple's up close, desperate for an answer. There's a player on his head, and he no-scopes Twistzz, the magician, who teleports atop him. It's still the 15th for FaZe. That's all that matters.
Yeah, they pull it off. Hey, I mean, they made NaVi come through that smoke. There was nothing else to stop them. And there was only a CZ up front. It rotates off the short, but the two riflers do such good work around their own smokes. There's enough time for them to put down the standard ones and play off of them. Twistzz, of course, is the guy who steals a lot of attention here with his movements. Made sure that this position couldn't get compromised. In a desperate spot, a tease will jump up on the barrel, try to scale that way. But all that wasn't enough. NaVi, two-side B hits. And the latter one fails. 3 Tech 9s to win this round, or it's the map for FaZe Clan. Again, winning one map out of their last 6 series versus NaVi in 2021.
Simple waiting for this peek. Oh, it's so sharp. With one of 2 Galils, they drop Rain immediately. But nobody's, you know, they will try to go back and grab it, but that could cost them. Robs is covering this. He's covering it. And Simple, he threw away his gun, so he can't even fight it. Robs is in a position here where he's still worried about that far peak, but he understands he's gonna get swarmed.
Oh.
Simple will get his hands back on the Galil and use it a second time around. And this is what you come to expect from the best in the world.
Yeah, he's starting to climb, and he's not even doing it with an up. They haven't had the money to keep him on it. He's just been getting these rifle frags.
Twistzz, oh, that's so awkward. He tries to change positions and it costs him. Kerrigan, the double spray, not gonna happen. We've got NaVi with another round and a lifeline at that.
Ooh, not a way you want to lose, especially with those 3 Tech 9s on the other side of the board, but leave it to Simple to pull something out of the hat.
Oh, that was ugly.
Yeah, they called out that push. Now you could say there's no reason to go for a flank timing, but you know, just because they are on a force doesn't mean that that was actually crystal clear to FaZe in terms of how little money they actually had. So don't know if they couldn't put the math together, but
oh, still
yeah, that was their easiest way, of course.
And that should have been the 16th. All things indicating that was the 16th for FaZe. Instead, now we've got a scout for Kerrigan, pistols around him, a potential 13th on the scoreboard for NaVi. This game just suddenly became that much more winnable for the T side if they can just push this out of regulation and into OT. Now, Kerrigan will drop that one scout, but at least Robs is connected with the Deagle. And he's not the only player swinging one.
Bomb hasn't made a decision just yet. It's going to start to now work over towards A since they've excavated long.
Broky's got the bathrooms. NaVi all the way down long.
Yeah, well, now they're convinced and they know that it's going to be the A site.
There will be 2 players on a long flank, though, and that could actually end up costing Boomich on party.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of attention to be taken away in front of them, so yeah, they've got enough tools to watch for it. Will the Deagle shots connect? Rain working hard for this. He could just now tuck, actually, but he'll end up straight up getting the frag.
And Twistzz, he made his way into the bank. I mean, this would just have to be something ridiculous.
Bomb gets put down. We've got a smoke left on Simple. Twistzz has not pulled the pin on his position just yet.
So many guns.
Whoa, look at that damage on Bit.
Twistzz comes in, gets spotted, and dealt with by Perfecto, so now it's just all in from long. We've got a player still playing around the bathrooms in Simple with the op bomb not planted for him whatsoever. There's the peek from Perfecto. He doesn't get the kill, and Simple attacks in time. They've got it under wraps and under control. But God, we're getting into this weird realm where anything feels possible at any given moment.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already seen FaZe win a round with just 2 rifles in play. They've had some good tactics right now. They're the team in pole position, in touching distance of clearing map 1. They dropped a really important round where it was just almost free, and mentally they've got to get over that. And this one comes close. And now it'll actually, most likely go to 30 here.
Right.
Almost no investments on the CT side. They buy anything. That wouldn't be FaZe without 30 rounds or more.
Not even a flashbang to offer some kind of a push here. So, yeah, we've got 4 players stacked up on this B site. You think NaVi are about to just run rampant. Flash has primed their push. Electronic spotting bodies all around. Oh, what?
Oh, wait, no.
No.
They didn't invest $1. Not a single penny.
No,
Oh my God, they're getting loot. Oh, there's like 2 left.
3 USP kills, Simple and Bit in a 2 versus 5, and these pistols continue to do damage, but Bit's gonna bring it back. Bit is barely alive. It's gonna need to fall onto Simple. Oh, the last bullet headshot with the CZ to the op swap. 25 health, no money invested, but Rain has an AK. And while he's not sitting next to his team, they still need to lean atop him. Can he be the support? Can he be the clutch? He taps. This would be such a wild outcome. The player down straight beneath him. Bit, you need to send this to the next round.
Oh my God.
And Rain looking to send him to the Shadow Realm. What a stupid clutch. What a ridiculous outcome. FaZe, they'll take Overpass. It is the key piece to this series. They start this new year with a new them. How do you win a round with $0 spent?
Well, what the fuck happened?